Hello everyone, I'm Kyle Cochran with Firethorn, and I'm about to show you the mobile banking and payments application. Firethorn has spent over 4 years building a consumer wallet application. What is a consumer wallet application? Well, we're going to take all the financial relationships that a consumer has in this physical wallet, and we're going to give them access to that information inside of this mobile device. It's what the wireless carriers want as well. The wireless carriers want one consistent user experience, one application, all controlled by one PIN. We use a 6-digit numerical PIN for access into the mobile banking application. This is our what you know component to a two-factor authentication solution. We also push a unique digital ID down to the device during installation for the what you have component of our two-factor authentication solution. The first screen the consumer is going to see is the My Accounts page. The My Accounts page will show the nickname of the account, the financial institution's branding element, and the real-time balance for the consumer. The reason this is the first page the consumer sees immediately upon login is because we know from live production customers that consumers need quick and convenient access to balance information. So we offer transfers, bill payment, transaction history, but it's all about the balance. We also know from live production trials and live production users that the next thing they want to see is, why did their balance change? We offer this through our account history functionality. The account history will show the date of the request, the amount of the request, whether it was a debit or a credit, the date and time at which the cell phone reached out to pull this information on behalf of the consumer, as well as the transaction detail. So did the consumer swipe their debit card at the grocery store? Did they make an ATM withdrawal? Did their paycheck just clear? All of that information is pushed down the mobile banking application and is consistent with other channels you offer your consumers. You also notice the branding elements for the financial institution are resident throughout the application. I mentioned in opening that this is a consumer wallet, an application that lets a consumer put multiple financial relationships into this application. We're now going to demonstrate that functionality for you today. So the consumer who authenticates himself with a second financial institution, all they need to do is enter in a one-time password or activation code to start to have content pushed down to that mobile banking application. That content would be account nicknames, account balances, their bill payees, whether they have electronic bills or not, which accounts can transfer to and from, all of that information would be pushed down to the mobile device. So you may have recognized a Wachovia logo when I started this demonstration. We're now going to dive into a SunTrust branded experience. The reason for that is not only have Wachovia and SunTrust chosen Firethorn for the mobile banking application, but Regions Bank, Synovus, Bancorp South, Arvest, America's First Federal Credit Union, First Bank have all chosen the mobile banking application by Firethorn for their consumers. The next thing I'm going to demonstrate for you is our electronic bill presentment and payment functionality. So a consumer dives into a SunTrust branded experience. They see their electronic bills. They choose an electronic bill that they may need to pay. They see the date that the payment is due and the default payment amount. They could short pay it, overpay it, etc. When they submit that bill for payment, the mobile device is going to reach out to Firethorn and over to SunTrust in this case, or to their online bill payment provider, to process the bill payment in full, bring back any custom messaging that SunTrust wants to push down to the consumer, and present that information on screen, as well as a detailed confirmation request that show all the details of the transaction. This is important for the consumer if they ever want to log back into their phone to see if the transaction was processed successfully, as well as if they want to call into customer service representatives to find out if the transaction was processed as well. This is our Make Transaction screen. I've shown you electronic bill presentment. Of course, we have bill payment as well, where you select the bill payee. We have transfer functionality where a consumer can choose to transfer from one account to another. This is also the area at which other modules of functionality will be dropped into this application when the financial institution is ready to give that to their consumer base. We now return to the My Accounts page. This is that first screen upon login. You now see multiple financial relationships that reside within this application. Both Wachovia and SunTrust information presented to this consumer, real-time balance information immediately upon login. You also notice a rich user experience where the application and the consumer is able to quickly navigate through the application and perform real transactions. That's because Firethorn has a client application that resides on the device and can take advantage of that in allowing for fast interactions with the mobile application. It's also important to note that Firethorn's strong relationship with the wireless carriers allows us to build an application at a trusted level of signing and get certification. So you won't notice noisy data network prompts that may impact the user experience or cause concerns about security. There's also an offline mode to the application, such that if you're 2 floors down in a basement and you don't have enough cell signal to process a transaction, you can still see that balance information in an offline mode, because a 15-minute-old balance is better than no balance at all. So to recap, I've shown you balances, transfers, bill payment, the ability to add multiple financial institutions inside this application, all protected by a 6-digit PIN. All of this is available via a download experience today at these financial institutions, in which the consumer downloads an application to their mobile device. But I want to make sure you leave here knowing that there is a concept going on with Firethorn and the wireless carriers in which we are preloading our application. So in the next 6 weeks, there will be millions of handsets sold, and our application will be burned into that mobile device. There'll be no downloading of an application. Additionally, there will be marketing material inside every box that's sold that has our application on it that tells the consumer how they can quickly and easily activate these financial institutions into a mobile banking application. This is a major milestone in a mass-adopted mobile banking application. Thank you for your time.